Okay, let's try this again, y'all. Try this again. Good morning, good morning. We're going to try this again, making sure my screen is the correct way. Yes, yes, woohoo. Okay, this has to be on mute. Good morning, everyone. Yay, I know, Kay. Technical difficulties all the time. We'll get there. We will get there. I'm just setting up my computer right now. Give me a couple seconds. And I need to see the, Debbie, you can't find napkins in your area. Oh, I'm sorry. There are napkin exchange places that you can go on Facebook. There's Peace Angels Napkin Exchange. There's Napkin Exchange for Bible journaling. There is Crafty Little Napkin Niche Swap. There's also, you can order napkins if you want on eBay, Etsy, some napkin groups. You can order like 1 or 2 napkins and have them mailed to you. Also, if you don't have anything near you, I mean, that's just another option. I mean, you don't have to use napkins. You could use images or stickers or anything as well. So, okay. Let's see. I cannot see comments. I can't see comments. And that's not working. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. I need this scroll down. Yep, that's what I need to see. Nope, nope. I need to see like a little bit of both. And that off. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This isn't working, babe. Okay. I think we got it set up. We shall see. It's going to be interesting. Good morning. Yes, dollar stores sometimes have, yes, very beautiful napkins for $1. Like I said, there's a lot of napkin swaps and things out there. Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are staying safe. I don't know if any of you are in the hurricane's path. We were supposed to be. I'm in Houston. We were supposed to be. And then today is a bright, sunny, beautiful, clear day. We have no clouds, no rain, no wind, nothing. So I don't know what they are feeling in Louisiana, but we are definitely have our prayers with them this morning. I haven't had a chance to get on the news yet, so we will see. Good morning, everyone. You printed the napkin on tissue paper. Oh, great idea. Susan, yeah, that's a great idea. You can print, you can actually make your own napkins as well on tissue paper. You can do download any kind of image and print it all on tissue paper and make your own napkins. So, Dyra, is that how you say your name? You're in Houston too? Awesome. Tomball, yes. Your brother is good, but no power. Oh, wow. Are they in Louisiana, Kathy? Wow. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so I have a little delay on, of course, the comments, and we'll work with that as we go. But okay, well, I'm sure people will join as we go, and we'll save this later so people can watch as well. But very, very, very good morning. I hope you're all having a very blessed day. I really just want to open up in prayer first. I have just a burden on my heart for everybody going through everything. So let's open in prayer, and then we'll go on. We'll continue. So, Lord, thank you so much for this time together. I pray for all the people who are in harm's way with the hurricane, people fighting the COVID, people fighting health issues, people fighting the fires in California, and then so many other issues around the world. I mean, there's just so much going on this year. And Lord, I just pray that you just cover these people with your comfort, with your peace, with your protection, Lord. Also, Lord, we've been fighting such spiritual battles this year, and I just pray that you just tear those veils from these people's eyes and just reveal what is truly going on. And that what we're fighting in society is not race wars or class wars or anything. It's a spiritual war. And Lord, just really open people's eyes and just show your glory through all this. Draw people closer to you through everything that's happening this year. And again, just be with all the people who are just in peril right now, who are in danger, who are fighting all these things going on in their lives, Lord. I just pray for your comfort and your peace. And oh my gosh, my heart is just so burdened for everybody, Lord. And oh man, I can't even express the words of how burdened I am for people this year. So Lord, just you know what we feel, and you know the solution to all this, and you're the only one who can do this. So I am just begging for your grace and your peace and your comfort and your forgiveness and your protection through all of this. So it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you everybody for joining me this morning. Like I said, we really dodged the bullet. I'm here in Houston, and I was expecting to have a huge storm last night about 2 o'clock in the morning. We never did. I was up pretty much all night. I didn't get much sleep. I was praying all night. But yeah, woke up this morning, perfectly clear, sunny day, incredible. And now my heart is burdened for the people in Louisiana. And, I've been trying to see if there's been any news. Not much has gone out yet that I have seen, but I'm sure we'll see throughout the day. So y'all keep everybody in your prayers and in your thoughts. And it's just been a crazy season. So, and which is really fitting because today we're going to be doing Psalm 107. And it kind of goes in line with the psalm that we did yesterday, that I journaled yesterday, was Psalm 46, about being still, knowing that God is God, and we just need to be still and know that he's the Lord. And this whole psalm, I read the commentary that came along with the psalm, and it says it speaks of 4 different people in distress, this psalm, Psalm 107. The first one, it talks about wanderers. Verses 4 through 9 talks about wanderers. Verses 10 through 16 talks about prisoners. Verses 17 through 20 talks about the distressed. And then verses 23 through 30 talks about the storm-tossed. And I found that when I was doing this yesterday, I found that really fitting because we were preparing for the hurricane, the storm-tossed. And let's see, verse 29 here says, he stilled the storm to a whisper, and the waves of the sea were hushed, and they rejoiced when the waves grew quiet. Then he guided them to the harbor that they longed for. And that really is my prayer for the people today, all the people who are fighting the storm. So this just kind of, man, it's just all kind of fit together. Yeah, and it that's how God works all the time, for me at least. Like, it's just always a fit word for the moment. This psalm also tells us to speak out about what God has done for us. And, sometimes, especially lately in this kind of society, a lot of people have been quiet. They've been calling them the silent majority, or just being silent. And this psalm tells us to speak out. So there's so many different things we can journal in this psalm. I was getting torn so many different ways about what I wanted to journal, but I did have this napkin, and as soon as I saw this napkin, I just knew. I'm like, okay, this is when he turns, in verses 33 to 38, it talks about how he turns rivers into desert, springs into thirsty ground. So he can turn a fruitful land into a barren land. And then it says even here, and fruitful land into salty wasteland because of the wickedness of its inhabitants. So it can go one way, but then it says, but he turns a desert into a pool, dry land into springs. He causes the hungry to settle there, and they establish a city where they can live. They sow fields and plant vineyards that yield a fruitful harvest. He blesses them and they multiply greatly. He does not let their livestock decrease. So he can go, one of two ways. He can turn a fruitful land into a barren land, or take that barren land and make it into a fruitful land. And so I'm just kind of looking at this year. I mean, not everything bad has happened this year. It's been a tough year for a lot of people, but I know that God's going to turn this barren year or this barren land into a fruitful land. And I had this napkin that I posted, and I figured this would be a perfect image for this, turning this desert into this gorgeous land. And I love these colors. These are my favorite colors, these blue, purples, and such. So that's why I chose this. So let's get started. There is a quote that was in one of the commentaries that said, "Our great trials give us the potential for great praises." And oh my gosh, y'all, I loved that phrase. So I printed it out, and I'm going to put that on my page as well. So sometimes you feel like you're in the desert, but God can turn that desert into a gorgeous scenery. You know how he turns some of our, sorrow or weeping into joy, our ashes into beautiful things, like, our mistakes into gorgeous masterpieces. I mean, God is a God of transformation. So that's going to be the title of this page as well. So let's get started. Okay, I hope you all have your watercolors and brushes and water ready. So I have a cup of water here with a brush. These watercolors, some people have asked me where I've got them from. These are pearlescent watercolors. I don't know if you can see it in the light, but they're kind of shimmery watercolors. I think I got these from Michael's. I think they're just a generic art brand, and they do like a shimmer color. And the only colors I'm going to use the same colors that are in this napkin. So like kind of like a light blue, a pink, and a purple. So let me sit down here. And I see, Kay, that you said prayers work. Yes, for sure. Definitely. So right now I am just getting some water, getting these activated. The pink, the blue, and the purple. And I am just going to, I have like a soft bristle brush here. And I am going to just kind of splotch it on. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm just going to make little splotches, kind of like how the napkin looks. And so you all know I did prep my page. I know some of you don't like gesso. I did prep my page with gesso only because I have pictures on this side of the page, and if the water goes through, it might activate what's on the opposite side. So I always keep that in mind when I am journaling, because sometimes if you're using water, it might activate what's on the opposite side of your page. And then you might not want that to happen. So that's why I just put a thin layer of gesso on my page. I'm gonna dab up some of this water so it wouldn't activate whatever was on the opposite side. But if you can see here, I'm just splotching colors on. And I'm just doing like purple, pinks, and blues. Let's get some blues. And I kind of want them to run together a little bit. That's why I'm using this soft bristle brush. So Sharon, you said you have them in your stash. These watercolors? That's cool. Yeah, a lot of times you might have things that you don't even realize you have. Oh, my thing keeps falling. You gotta kind of look through your room and see what you have. A lot of times I'll discover things that I had no idea that I had. So just splotch, 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 wherever you want your... This will be covered with napkin, so I'm not gonna do much down here. I'm just kind of doing random. Okay, and then I'm gonna dry this just briefly real quick because I wanna do another layer of, with a tougher bristle brush, I'm gonna do darker splotches. You'll see how that works. So let me just dry this real quick. So let me get my heating tool, and it's over here to the side. Anyone who's watched me knows it's over here. And I know this is an annoying sound, so you can kind of fast forward this part if you want. I do have my plastic sheet under here, just to protect, so it doesn't leak onto other pages. That's always a good thing to have. And I'll show you in a minute. You can see how these will shimmer in the light because it's got these like little pearl, probably mica powders in the watercolor to make them shimmer and shine. Okay, I just want to dry just like the parts that are, woo. I have to be careful because I've got stickers and stuff on the other side, and if I heat it up too hard, it'll start to bubble. Okay. That should be good. Okay, now, like I said, I'm taking a stiffer bristle. Hi, Donna, you made it. Great. Good morning. So I'm taking a stiffer bristle here, and that'll give you a kind of a different look with your watercolors. This needs a little bit more water. So if you watch, I'm gonna just kind of do some splotches like this. Because I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to imitate the splotches and such on this napkin a little bit. There's like little splotches throughout. So I'm gonna try to do that. I want them to look like big drops of paint. Let's do some. And if it's not like being, if it's not splotching the way you want it, just put some more water on it. I want it to look like big drops of paint. But when these dry, you'll get these darker spots because you're using a tougher bristle. It's not fanning out the paint as much, if that makes sense. You can make the colors kind of go into each other and smear into each other. You can also use your finger if you want like little baby dots. You can like do this and get little dots throughout. Let's see. A lot of times I have to make myself stop because I will overdo it. I'll just keep going. So I think we'll stop there. Okay, so that is all we need for our watercolor. So you can move that. I'm going to move that out of my way. I'm going to dry this just a tad because our next thing we're going to do is, what are we going to do next? I'm going to cut my napkins. I'll show you how you can cut, we'll figure out where our napkins are going to go. So we'll do that next. Good morning, Carol. How's everybody doing today? I hope you all are doing good this morning. Hope none of you had to evacuate from the hurricane. Where did you get it at? I have the watercolors. Oh, you're replying to somebody else. Okay. Sometimes I'll see a message that's not going to me. Like I told y'all in my last live, I said it's going to be difficult for me to craft, talk, and answer questions all at the same time live. That's doing too much. That's trying to multitask a little too much. I'll try my best. Okay, so if y'all can see that shimmer and shine in the light? It's really cool. Once it really dries, you'll get these like little sparkles through this whole thing. So I like that. I always have to add, y'all know if you've followed me at all, I always have to add some kind of sparkle to my pages. So, okay, so we're going to move this to the side real quick and let's again. Okay, so I think it was Diane or somebody showed this before. But when you use napkins, you want to remove all the plies. And, usually napkins will have 2 or 3 layers. So here is this napkin, with the plies on the back. Now you could spend minutes trying to get the plies off from a corner like this, you know, like, and after a while, sometimes it gets frustrating. Some napkins are very easy. You can kind of like grab them and pull them, but some are a little bit more difficult. So a trick that's been around, I don't know, for years is take a little piece of tape, put it down on the ply, and then slowly rip it up like this. And then all of a sudden, now you can tear the ply off. See, like that. And then these are what you can actually use and make your own napkins as well. You can stamp on these if you have stamps. You can ink on these. You can put these through your printer and do your own image on these and make your own napkins. This is just like tissue paper. So if you don't have, you know, napkin plies, if you have tissue paper, this is gold for people like junk journalers and stuff, because you can do so much with this. You can even there's a video on YouTube that if you iron wax, put this between two wax papers and put some candle wax on here and iron wax, this will become like vellum. It'll become tough where it won't tear. Like if I pull this, it'll tear like that. But if you put wax on it, it'll become like vellum paper, see-through and everything. So you can stamp these up, print images on here, and then put wax on them, and it'll make them see-through like vellum. There's so many things you can do with this. So that's, you know, I hardly ever throw anything out, but because there's always things you can do. So here's, you know, you get your second ply. So get your piece of tape, and then you're gonna tear, probably need a new piece of tape, but you can put your piece of tape on here, and then pick it up. I should have kept that. And then when you pull it up gently, there's your second ply. So it's just another easy way to get plies off of your napkins, and there you have it. So you can either try, you know, pulling it up from the corner or not. So that's just a little tip for the day. Little tip. Okay, and then another little tip I have is I'm gonna grab my bristle brush here, and you figure out where, you know, what part of the napkin you want to use. I want this bottom part, so I'm thinking, actually, I'm gonna go around this. So a good way, an easy way to tear your napkins, you can either cut them, you can tear them, but I take like a little piece of, like I wet my brush and I kind of go around the image of what I want with the wet brush, and then gently, so you can gently tear it like this, and it'll control where you are tearing on your napkin. And just like that, I have my image torn out. And I didn't, you know, sometimes if you tear it like this, your napkin will kind of go wonky on you. It might tear in a part that you didn't want. So this is just something that I always do. It just makes it easier. And then I wanted this flower too, so and then I'm definitely going to save this because I'll use this for something else for sure. I might even put some more on my page, so we'll leave this to the side. Let me put that over there. Okay, so let's grab our Bible. Okay, so what I'm thinking is putting this kind of like this down here. And this will hang off, so I'll have to cut that at the end. We'll chop that part off. And then maybe, I don't think I need this little flower part here. So we'll put this, I'm thinking, up here. So that's kind of the general area of where I'm gonna have this. So I also had these little stencils. You can use any stencils you want. You can use any picture you want. You don't have to be using this, but you know, I just had these, so I'm going to use what I have. I'm all about using what you have. And I want these to kind of peek out from my napkin in the back. Let's see, I'm going to do those. Kind of like, you know, like there's more plants growing in the distance, you know. So I am going to take, let me move my water because y'all know I can make a mess. This is wax paper that I have right here. This helps protect my paper or my table, as well as just, you know, if I spill anything, it's easy to clean up. And all that. So I just use wax paper if I don't have my workstation thing here, I guess, whatever it's called, my plastic mat or my glass mat or whatever. Okay, so before I glue this down, I'm going to stencil, and I have Dusty Concord distressed ink and Victorian Velvet. It's just a pink and a purple, because when you mix them kind of together, they turn like a kind of like a shadowy type color, and that's kind of what I want in the back. But you can use whatever color, whatever ink you have. We did have that discussion on Journey with Diane's page. Inks are different than oxides, y'all. Inks will blend into each other. Oxides sit on top of each other, if that helps you at all. So if you have inks, those will blend together a lot easier than oxides. Oxides, like I said, like you can blend these two colors together. Oxides, you can't blend colors together. They'll sit on top of each other. So if I put an oxide on top of this, like if I come in with a yellow oxide after I put this down, a yellow oxide will sit on top. It won't blend with these colors. Like it won't turn greenish or something. It won't mix with the purple or pink. It'll be yellow on top. So, that might help some of y'all who were asking that question. Inks and oxides are different. And Tim Holtz does a whole, I guess, question and answer session, and he demonstrates stuff for you on his Facebook page or on his website, so you can watch Tim Holtz stuff, because these are Tim Holtz inks. But you don't have to use his inks. You can use whatever you want. I just have these, so I use them. I have a makeup brush here. I like using these for stencils. They're a lot easier than these. These are good for edges. These are good for stencils. That's just what I've found for me personally. Some people say the opposite. So, and I like to go in light first, because you can always get darker. You can't get lighter. So I'll just kind of go in light, and then I'm gonna mix the purple. And see, when you pull it up and mix the pink and purple, it turns into like a, kind of like a shadowy kind of look, like they're there in the background. So I like that. So I always start light and then always build it up. It's just easier that way for me. Because if you put too much down, it's a lot harder to get rid of it, to take it up. And these you can mix with the same brush. Tim Holtz even says, you know, so I know it drives some people crazy. I mix my colors, but then you just take a piece of paper and you can just rub it off, and it's fine, it's gone. So then you're set to go for another one. So it's no biggie. Okay, Carol, you just got the stencil. Oh, the same one. Yes, oh, okay, so I got these stencils from Amazon. It comes in a package of, let's see. It comes in a package like this of 25 or 50? 25 stencils. All different kinds of, you know, flowers and, you know, different variety of things like this. So I loved it. I think it was under $10 for a stencil of 25, if I remember correctly. I got this a while back. Then I have these, which were Mandela stencils. Same thing, a package of like 25, all different kinds, off Amazon. So if you all are interested in that, you can, you know, get those. You can make your own stencils out of things. I mean, yeah. Okay, let's do a little bit of this guy over here. I know, sorry y'all, keep talking, I should be crafting. I told you, it's hard for me to do all this at the same time. It's hard for me to talk and craft and read all your comments all at the same time. So if I miss something, y'all, I'm sorry. I'll go back and I'll try to answer questions, you know, later on. I'm trying to see. Okay, so that's those stencils. Oh, actually, let's leave this open. So there's like my background. So when you put, you know, you put this on, see, it looks like there's more things growing. Actually, we might need a little one up here. Yeah, so it looks like there's like, it gives it layers. I really love layers. So let's put this guy back here. Like he's way in the distance, this little thing. Okay. And then I just grab my water and just really rinse this off quickly so I don't make a mess and get ink everywhere, which I am known to do. Okay, and then I had these stencils, these flowers, and I had to add more, just had to add more. So I want this in the background back here. So I'm gonna do kind of the same thing. I'm just gonna move this, and I want just a light shaded stenciling of these in the background. Again, just for another dimension. This is Dusty Concord and this is Victorian Velvet. I don't know what Seedless Preserve is. Is that another color? I don't have that one. These are the two that I have. And then the harder, you know, go light and then press harder as you go if you want more ink on there. Let's just see what this looks like. Okay. And I'm just gonna do a little more. I know you're probably all like, stop. I just have to add a little bit more over here. Because I always have to have it kind of a little bit balanced. So, okay. There we go. That's it for the stencils. Okay, now, okay, the dreaded, y'all, who is it, Pam or somebody who hates, Jan or Pam or somebody really, really hates gesso, but that's how I get my napkins on my paper. You can do glue sticks, you can do watered down glue. I just have gesso out all the time, so I might as well, I just water down my gesso. So I take medium, you know, firm bristle. I have my gesso here in my little tub. I grab a little bit of water. So I water down the gesso just a tad so it flows smoothly. And I usually start either on one end or the bottom and work my way up. So I'm gonna start at the end. And since these are water-soluble inks, they might react with the water, but it's really no big deal because I'm going to put napkins over it, so you really aren't going to be able to tell anyways. So I kind of just get a light layer down and tap my napkin down. Let me make sure am I on camera? Can y'all see real good? Okay. And then I just work my way. So I fold my napkin over like this and just put a little bit more on and then tap my napkin down as I go. This helps eliminate the bubbles, the wrinkles, that kind of stuff. Shannon, gesso away. Yeah, so this, but I love using napkins because I actually like the wrinkles and bubbles and stuff that happens with napkins, and I love this because you don't have to be an artist, you don't have to know how to draw. All you have to know how is to tear and glue. That is it. So napkins, I think, just give it just, you know, a really cool look all of a sudden. You know, and you didn't, it looks like you drew something, but you didn't. It's just, you know, a picture already made for you. Okay. Yeah, see how the ink is starting to smear right there? But that's okay because I'm going to cover it with the napkin. So that's one thing you have to be aware of. If you are going to be using any kind of water on this ink, it will react with that ink. But I'm just putting enough to put where my napkin's going to go, so you're not going to be able to see that anyways. I just wanted to make sure it was coming out of the napkin so my stencil would show. So you have to be aware of that when you are gonna go back in and glue on top over your napkin as well at this part. I'll show you when we get there. Yes, Jan, this is gesso. You don't have to use gesso. You can use watered down glue. You can use a glue stick. You can use whatever, but I just like it's just super easy to use for me, and I like the effect I get with my napkin. Okay, so this part we're gonna cut off in the bottom, so we'll just let that sit there. Okay, so then the next thing I do is water it down a little bit more, and then I go back over my napkin. Now this time I'm gonna be careful because I don't wanna smear that ink. So I'm gonna be very careful on the edges here. Once you get to the watercolor, it's not so bad. But I go from the middle out like this. You have to be a little gentle with the napkins, but they're really resilient. So if you tear a napkin, you can just kind of go back in and fix it. It's not that big of a deal. This will help if you go, some people like to go over the top, some people don't. I do for a couple reasons. Number one, it also helps get rid of the bubbles and the you know, the little wrinkles and such in it. Also, it helps make your napkin more translucent. So now I can see my words through my napkin here better. When you cover it over the top, it helps you see the words. It helps make your napkin more translucent. So if you don't want to cover your words, you can just tear your napkin around your verses. I don't mind it so much, especially when it's so translucent. You can see it pretty much anyways. Okay, be careful again around that ink. And then I just kind of go in and I'm just kind of flattening it out. There's nothing really to make translucent on this side. It's all white anyways. So I'm just making sure it's just sealed. And see, I'm being kind of rough with it. The napkins, like I said, are pretty resilient. I mean, if you go in and really scrape at them, you'll tear them, but you don't have to be that careful with them. Okay, so now I'm going to do this one up here. Make sure I'm on camera, you can see. And I'm getting the general area of where this is gonna go. And then just kind of do the same thing. Fold it back. You can do this on, a lot of people do hymn books. They'll take old hymn books and then take their napkins and decorate the hymn book. Dictionaries. I have, let me show you real quick. It's called our creative napkin books. So I just used a dictionary, and inside we just take napkins, tear them out, and then just glue them in onto the pages. So throughout the whole book, like this will be filled up when I'm all done. But it's just taking napkins and decorating. We call it our napkin art books. So here's just a few things like this that you can do with napkins. Some ladies get really intricate with these and make their napkin books. So this just kind of gives you an idea of things you can do with napkins too. So this is my napkin book that I've been working on off and on. So one day, all these pages will be filled up with napkins and such. So that gives you an idea of another thing you can do. You don't have to put napkins in your Bible. You can, like I said, do other books and such with them. A lot of people love to put napkins in, do hymn books. So if like a hymn speaks to you, gives you an image or whatever, and you have a napkin, they'll decorate the hymn book with that napkin or whatever. Just like Bible journaling, a lot of people won't journal in their Bibles, but they'll Bible journal in a hymn book or in a sketch pad or something. So, okay, so there we go. There's our napkins. Okay, so now I'm going to move this so I don't make a mess. Again, which I am known to do. Okay, I'm going to dry this real quick. So again, if the noise bothers you, just fast forward. I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to cut off the little overhanging parts. So you can get your scissors ready. So what you want to do is you do want to dry your napkins, because the next part we are going to do, we're going to kind of go over this again with some paint. But if it's wet, it'll mess up your paint. So you guys are just having a grand old time on there, huh? Jan and her gesso. Jan, you got to get over it. You got to like conquer that fear. Conquer the fear of gesso. That's going to be my challenge to you this year, is conquer your fear and just try it again. You are in control, not your gesso. Aw, thanks, Daleen. Your page was gorgeous. I loved doing your page as well. Oh my gosh. That's so much fun. I've been having so much fun journaling, and this whole journey really has gotten me, it kind of made me accountable to stay journaling in my Bible, because I always take notes, and I always read you know, the passages and take notes and stuff, but sometimes I'll get where I'm not journaling as much. This year I've kind of stepped up and started journaling again. I go through stages, like I'll journal, like I'll Bible journal color a lot, and then I'll take a break, and then I'll go back. But this year I've been kind of keeping it steady, so. Aww. So Jan, I missed you said it's not gonna happen? Come on. Okay, I think, it's a little, okay, a couple more seconds. It's better to do it with this tool than have to sit here and watch it dry. So it's a lot faster with the tool for sure, but you gotta be careful with those heating tools because they do get super hot. If you have a hairdryer, you can do that, or you can let your page sit. Okay, so now I'm going to, let me grab my scissors. I'm gonna flip this over and cut, move this, flip this and cut this, that overhang off. It's still a little damp in some spots, yeah. So I might have to, so I'm just gonna do that and cut this. So this is the page on the other side that I didn't want to react to the water. That's why I did prep my page. Because I have been known, if I don't prep my page and I'm using water on the other side, this ink that I used would have leaked through. And then I would have had orange on that side, and that would not have gone well with my pink and purple page that I was trying to do. So you just got to kind of be aware of what you have on the other side of your journal pages. Okay, yeah, it's still a little damp, so I'm gonna have to just, let me see. Okay, so the next thing, oh, did you found those stencils on Amazon? Yay! How much were they, Deborah? Do you remember? I bought them a little while back, so I don't remember how much they were. I remember they're not too expensive because I hardly ever buy anything that's expensive. Y'all, I am like the bargain queen, so I try to look for everything at garage sales or thrift stores. I really try not to buy anything new if at all possible. I will try to, you know, always get something from a garage sale or somebody selling their stash or what have you. So $14, Deborah? Okay, thank you. So $14 for that package of 25 stencils. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do, more layers, y'all. I have to have more layers. Okay, so the only other thing I have is you can use acrylic paint, tempera paint, whatever. You can use whatever color you want, but I wanted a darker purple because we've got the pinks and blues, and this purple is very light, so I wanted to add just a little bit darker purple. This was from that stencil pack. I have these, I like these, so I want to use these. And I'm just gonna like kind of do some over the napkin and some over, you know, my words and stuff, and just a few spots. I always like doing layers. So I have a pretty stiff bristle here because I want it to stay stiff. And all I'm going to do literally is just take a little bit off the side here. Like I don't want a lot on there. Because if you put a lot through these stencils with a brush, it's going to squeeze underneath. Unless you want like that thick look. I don't want that thick look. I just want just a barely there kind of look. But if you want the thicker look, then you would put a lot more paint and really get it in there. You can do that with, what is it? This light and fluffy modeling paste too if you want like a raised look. If you've got modeling paste, you can do that through here, and then you'll have like a three-dimensional look. When you peel this off, it'll be three-dimensional. It'll be popping off the page. So if you have something like this, you can color this with paint. So you can put this like on a piece of wax paper or something, a little dollop, mix it with paint that would color it, and then you'd have a 3D look through here. I was thinking of doing that, but I wasn't sure if a lot of you had, you know, paste like this. But that's another effect that you can do if you wanted like it to be raised. And it's really cool. And this this light and fluffy modeling paste, this again, I think is on Amazon as well. And this dries super quick. So I really like it. And it's super light, so it doesn't like weigh down your page. So that's just another idea. So you can do that as well. You can color it with the paint or not, it's up to you. But I'm just gonna pick a few spots, and I am just gonna take this paint and just put a little bit on my brush. I might do a little bit more. Ooh, whoa, too much. Way too much. So brush it all off. And I'm just kind of pushing it in there. And I want it, you know, I don't want it even. I'm just pushing it in just different areas. I want it kind of uneven, and we'll see what this looks like. Yeah, see? And there's a little bit, some parts are thicker. I like this part where it was just a little bit. So let's see, where else? Where else? Okay, I'm gonna put some off. Coming in this side. So just pick spots. I'm missing all your comments. Okay, so Donna, you got the information for that? Thank you. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Ooh, cool. I like it. I like it. I have to have like other things. So let's see, where else should we put some? I always do, somehow I always end up doing 3s. I do that a lot, I notice. Do I iron? Yes. I got a little iron. I have a craft little iron. Yes, it's a little baby iron, and that's what I iron my papers. When I coffee dye my papers and do different things with my papers and they're all crinkled, I iron my papers, I iron my fabric, I iron my material. So that's what I do for the wax that I was telling you about. If you want to wax your napkins up and make them into kind of like vellum paper, you could use your, you know, so I have a specific iron that I use just for crafts, just like I have a specific a sewing machine that I use for sewing paper and crafts as well. Okay, so that's that. That's all you needed that for. So let me wipe this off real quick, just so I don't get paint everywhere. I already am getting it everywhere. I'm gonna seal everything up. So as I go, I kind of close things up and move things away because I could make messes. I have been known to do that. So, am I going to show you how to do the ironing? I could, not in this video, but I could in a future video if you want to know. I mean, it's just really plugging in your iron and ironing something. I mean, it's paper, so I'll just put it in between, like, or, you know, like either a wax piece of paper or a baking sheet of paper or another piece of paper and just iron it. It's just, you know, just like you would iron clothes. But if you want, I can show you. Okay, I'm going to dry this because the last thing we're going to do is our title. Yeah, if there's anything in particular that you guys want me to show you, I can do a video on that. I will be doing lives and process videos for the rest of our journey. So if there is anything that you all would like to see, let me know. I would love to do it. What comment you would have to spend? I missed that comment, Jen. I'll have to go back and see what you said. I see the ironing comment. But yeah, if there's anything that you guys want to see, I'll try to do it Not that I've done everything, I don't know. I try to experiment with different things because I do like to try different techniques. So I'll see somebody do something and then I'll be like, oh, I got to try that. So I'll try it, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Let's see. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so there's your page. There's your art page, really. And then the only other thing is doing your title. Okay. Yeah, I don't iron clothes. I iron, y'all laugh. I literally, I don't sew clothes or sew anything. I sew crafts, and I don't iron any clothes. My husband irons my clothes because he was in the military, so he is a way better ironer than I am. He'll iron my clothes. I'll iron paper. I'll iron craft stuff. I'll iron, like, I don't know, like if something like this is sari silk, like if it's all crinkly up or something, I'll iron that. But I don't iron things that actually need to be ironed. I iron craft stuff. So, okay, so here is, I printed out in 2 sizes, but this was that picture that I posted for y'all. And I printed it out on sticker paper. So I'm just going to cut this out. That's going to be my title. And then here was that quote that I said, our great trials give us the potential for great praise. And I'm going to probably put that over here. So all this is cutting out and sticking on. Super easy. You can, if you don't have sticker paper, you can print it out on, just regular paper. You can, if you're good at handwriting or calligraphy, you can do that. I'm working on that. I am not very good at that. I don't like my handwriting very much, so I always print this out. But I got this from this verse and just dwelling on the commentary and just kind of, just listening to God. And I love how he can transform things. He can go from barren to bountiful, from fruitless to fruitful, from depleted to refreshed, from shattered to whole, from empty to full, from lifeless to vibrant. And that's kind of what I wanted this page to signify, is like how he can transform like a barren desert into like this gorgeous, vibrant, full of life image. And he can do this with our lives as well. He can do it with this year, y'all. So that's what I'm praying for, is that he's going to transform this year. So here, this is just matte. I have glossy sticker paper. I also have matte sticker paper. I found that with the glossy sticker paper, the pictures that I print out on the glossy come out a lot more vibrant with my printer. So depending on the printer, people have asked me, like, I can't get my pictures to turn out like yours. And a lot of times I can't get my pictures to turn out like theirs, because I guess it just depends on the printer you have, the setting you have it on, and the paper you're using. Depending on what paper I'm using, I'll get different colors too. Like I can print out this same picture on different paper and get totally different colors. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it's my printer, the paper, what, but I have noticed that with my glossy sticker paper, I get a lot more vibrant colors. So I'm going to stick this here, actually up here, because I want to see more of those stencils. So I'm going to stick this here. And the thing with the sticker paper, most of the time, y'all, is once you stick it down, that's it. It's down. So make sure it's in the spot that you want it, because if you tear it up, some are better than others. It's not like washi tape. Yeah, see, it's coming up pretty easy. I know my glossy sticker paper, man, once that's down, it's down. It'll tear your page if you try to get it up. So be careful with that. And then I'm just going to cut out this quote. I really like this quote. Our great trials give us the potential for great praise, for sure. And like this psalm said, y'all, shout out, tell people what God has done for you, because, stop being silent. We need to be, praising the Lord out loud and telling people what he has done for us. So that's kind of another thing that I got from this whole psalm. So I'm going to stick this here. Ooh. And there we go. And then if you have like a topper that you want to do, I was thinking of doing, let me grab this. I made some of these these ribbons yesterday. They're still a tad wet, so I might have to wait until they dry. But I might do like maybe a blue one as well, and maybe combine the blue and the purple and do like a bow, kind of like how Diane has shown us in previous videos. You know, do like a bow at the top or something. Yeah, I might do that and combine like a blue and a purple one. I was just kind of goofing around with this yesterday, so that one still has to dry a little bit. Or I had this little clip as well, and it's got the same design. I don't know if you guys all can see that. Can you see that? It's got the same design as this stencil that I used, almost the same design as that. It has, you know, almost the same type. So I was like, I could use this at the top too. Or maybe I might combine this with the ribbon. I don't know. I got to kind of fool with it. But you can do whatever you want for the top, you know, make your own tab or what have you. But let me pull this out. So there you go. There's your page. You can see it shimmer and shine. The macro is about the best for sticker paper. What's a macro? The macro what? Is that a printer? Or is that, what is that, Jan? Yeah, I definitely need to get a new printer, and I've been kind of doing some research on some better printers because I print out a lot for junk journaling and such. So I definitely need to get, you know, check into some new printers. That'll be my next big purchase. But other than that, I try not to do many big purchases at all. Try to keep it. Oh, the paper, the macro sticker paper. Yes, I think that's what this is. Yep. Or the Mako. This is the Mako sticker paper. This is a matte sticker paper. I also get another brand on Amazon. I forgot what it's called, but it's glossy. It's a full sheet of label paper, so kind of like this, full sheet, and it's glossy, clear, translucent sticker paper. And that's the glossy one. And it's not Mako or Mako, it's a different kind. And I think it's like half the price of Mako too. But I think you only get like maybe 10 or 25 sheets in it. This one I think was 50 sheets if I remember correctly, or 25 sheets, I can't remember. But yeah, this is the non-glossy one, then I have a glossy one. It's two totally different brands, so. Yeah, yep, I had the glossy for a while too and didn't know there was a matte until this one, so yeah. So there y'all go. Anyway, any questions before we end? I'm so glad and so happy to join y'all, and actually we got it accomplished, y'all. I was able to talk, answer some of your questions, and craft all at the same time. Avery brand sticker paper glossy. Yeah, that's a brand as well. You could probably get them at your home your home, whatever, your home stores, your Office Max stores and things too. Thanks, Kay. Okay, well, if there's no more questions, I hope you all have, you would love to know how I made this ribbon. Well, let me just show you really quick. Diane showed us in a previous video, but you get the seam binding. This is from Amazon as well, or you can probably get it at Joann's or someplace. I don't know. It's seam binding, the Hug Snug. That one seems to be the best brand, and this one is, it's 100 yards, but this is chalk white. This one is called chalk white. So it looks like this, okay? And it's this thin seam binding, so then all you do is you get it wet and then you spray it with any kind of ink spray, and then you just kind of, you know, put it all in the ink and whatever color you want. So you can mix different colors inks. You can get darker spots if you let it sit in the ink, whatever you want to do. Let it sit overnight and dry, or you can squeeze it out and dry it. This is another thing of what I iron. I'll iron these if you don't want it like crinkly like this. A lot of people like it crinkly like that. If you want it flat, that's what you use your little iron for. So yeah, easy. So I like this one because then you can color it any color you want. You can use any kind of inks for this, really. I've kind of been fooling around. You can even use the Distress Inks pads and just kind of put some on, you know, like dab it on like something like this and put water on it, and then brush your ribbon through it. So yeah, they're super easy to make. So if you want, Diane, like I said, I think Diane posted in one of her videos. Diane, if maybe you know what video that was, you can put it up. But yeah, she posted how to make these, but it's super easy. So this is what I use, and then just spray it with ink and just get it real wet, spray it with ink and let it sit, and it'll soak in, and that's kind of what you get. You get different colors. You can experiment with all different colors. You can make rainbow of these too. So that's how you do that. Thank you, y'all. Well, hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope y'all have a very blessed day. I will be posting some more process videos, and those, of course, y'all are up there. Don't be overwhelmed. I just post them. They're on my YouTube channel, Lovely Lavender Wishes. They're there all the time. So if you can't get to one, or you want to go back to one or whatever, just you can go on there. They'll be up all the time for you. So that way, you know, you don't feel rushed and you don't have to feel like I have to get to it or whatever. So yeah, you definitely, you know, I just post a lot. It's just there for those who want it. And then for those who don't, then that's fine. And you know, it's always there for you if you want to go back to it. So, but anyways, I enjoyed it so much, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me this morning. I hope you had fun, and hope y'all have a blessed day. And please, please, please stay safe. Let us know if you need prayer for, you know, anything. And let us know if, you know, if you're in the midst of the hurricane. I hope you all are staying safe, y'all. I know you're not watching if you're in the middle of the hurricane, so our prayers are with y'all. Anyways, hope you all have a very blessed day. I will see y'all later. Thanks, y'all. Oh, you're welcome, Jan. Have a great day, y'all. Bye.